This video will provide an overview of my final project for CCHE 590 during the spring of 2016. The teaching problem that I chose to address basically involved the use of technology within the context of a developmental reading and writing class at a community tribal college near where I work. Part of the problem was these skills were not assessed or evaluated as part of an academic screening process that's used when students are admitted to the college. I discovered that most of the students had very limited skills or experience related to the use of technology, especially in a classroom environment. They lacked the rudimentary knowledge of traditional softwares that are used in academics like word processing and spreadsheets, various types of presentation software like PowerPoint, and even to the point of using a typing tutorial. Many of them did not even have typing skills. Most did not have access to technology outside of the campus environment, and this was due to many logistics, including just the location of the Indian Nation where the community college was located. Many had to accomplish formal assignments in handwriting, and although I was able to accommodate some for this, many of the professors on the campus didn't. I decided to address some of these concerns that I noted teaching this class by embedding the use of technology into some of my later classroom instruction related to the completion of a final essay project for the course. It was more of a summative type of assessment. I opted to address my concerns using a two-step approach. The first step basically involved with me doing some diagnostic prescriptive content to determine the knowledge and ability related to keyboarding. I used a free typing instructional program I found online that offered activities related to the QWERTY keyboard, and we discussed things like the importance of hand positioning, starting with home row keys for both left and the right hand. We also covered which fingers should type which letter, the use of the capital shift key, and the importance of using rhythm when typing. We also completed several typing tests. This provided immediate feedback related to words per minute and errors, and gave us a chance to kind of talk about this. Many were surprised at the number of errors that they made. Overall, though, the students performed better than I and that they thought they would. And it was suggested by several students it's because they already knew the structure of the QWERTY keyboard from using their cell phones to text. That's something I should have stated, is that cell phones was the primary source of their use of technology. The second step basically was a general introduction to Microsoft Word. We were able to find an online program where we focused on their ability to create simple documents and manipulate its appearance and text. They highlighted the use of the mouse to manipulate various buttons and icons, and also how to maximize and minimize a screen, as well as the use of the scroll bar to move up and down in the document. They explored the various ways that the software allowed editing and formatting a document. They discussed the function and the value of spell check and grammar check, and they were very happy to see it. They also learned how to copy and paste other materials, and that really helped in the organizational part of their writing. The formal part of the lesson was related to independent practice. That's where we basically took what they had in handwriting for their draft of their final essay and inputted it into Microsoft Word. Well, I was a little surprised at how much I had to reteach at this point. I had to show them how to actually start a new document, and also basically how to manipulate the keys, how to highlight, how to move, how to right-click. That was something that I didn't cover well in the first part, to actually start working on the document once it was inputted. After completing this lesson and actually went a bit into the next class period, I was very satisfied with the outcome. I taught this course overall focused on student-centered activities that required a certain amount of trust between the students as well as them trusting me, so that they were willing to show their vulnerability. And early on in the class, we obtained that trust. I could not have taught this in just a traditional sit and get where I talk and they listen. They'd gotten used to working together, and that was key to this lesson being successful. However, one of the primary challenges related to the speed of the internet connection. It might have also been related to the age of some of the equipment we had. I made assumptions that emphasized holes in my preparation. Much like we talked about in class, I assumed that if it worked on my home computer that it would work just as well there, and it didn't. I've got to make sure in the future that I really try it out on the technological opportunities in my classroom, be it the computer, the infrastructure, the internet speed. But overall, I think that this was a valuable project. I don't know if I've told my classmates this, but I became involved in the tribal community college through my role as a consultant, helping them get ready for their research certification. I noted when I was doing that they had a lot of problem with failure in reading and writing, and that there was nothing really being done about it. I suggested a developmental course. They asked me to put it together. That sometimes is the downside of suggesting that people do something, because they may ask you to do it yourself. I plan on highlighting this when I speak with the leadership on the campus, the president, the vice president, and his cabinet, about the need to not just assess technological skills when students enroll, much as we did for these students for their reading and writing ability, but also to address the technological abilities and skills within the context of other classes. Overall, though, this was a very good project for me. I think the kids got something out of it, and I know where to go the next time. Thank you.